A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Tuesday, January 10th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. City police in Middletown are investigating two incidents in which residences were struck by gunfire after shots were reportedly fired in the area of Wickham Avenue and Sproat Street. Both incidents are believed to be related. The first was reported around 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday by the residents of a home on Sproat Street. The bullet went through a front window at the home that was occupied by several people, but no one was reported injured. As police investigated the incident, they located an unoccupied vehicle that was parked in an adjacent driveway on Sproat Street that had also been hit by a bullet. At about 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, police responded and conducted a canvass of the area of Wickham Avenue, Sproat and Cottage Streets for reports of gunfire. No evidence was found and no suspects were located. But about 2 hours later, residents of a home on Lincoln Street reported finding a hole inside a bedroom that was consistent with a bullet strike. No injuries were reported in that shooting. A woman was taken to Garnett Health Medical Center in the town of Wallkill Sunday morning after she sustained a fractured orbit and head and facial lacerations. A man involved in the same 6:15 incident inside an apartment at Blue Manor Apartments at 80 Sproat Street in the city of Middletown was flown by medical helicopter to Westchester Medical Center in Valhalla for treatment of several stab wounds and a punctured lung. Police said both individuals were reported in stable condition. The Middletown Police Detective Division is investigating to determine appropriate charges. Police say both suspects knew one another and were the intended targets of the assault. State Attorney General Tish James yesterday reached an agreement with Bell Pet Company, which does business as the Pet Zone, and its owners for misleading consumers about the health of pets they sold to New Yorkers. The Pet Zone, which operates stores in Poughkeepsie, Albany, Watertown, and Queensboro, misled customers about the health of pets they purchased by providing incomplete medical records. New York State Director of the Humane Society of the United States, Brian Shapiro of Woodstock, lauded the agreement.
Until the law that Governor Hochul just signed goes into effect, which would prohibit the sale of dogs, cats, and rabbits in retail pet stores, because of the continual dishonesty we've seen from retail pet shops, it's good to know that leaders such as Attorney General Tish James are going to be keeping an eye on things, keeping them honest, and making sure that consumers and companion animals get the protection that they need.
Shapiro says the law banning sales of dogs, cats, and rabbits in retail stores does not take effect until next year. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Physical improvements are continuing at the Castle Point Veterans Administration Hospital. Hudson Valley VA Regional Director Dawn Schall says the work is geared toward providing veterans with the best care.
We are doing a lot of enhancements and additions to our building. So we're going to be heading down to our new urgent care center. That was a brand new building addition that we put on for our veterans. So right when they come in, we can take care of them and expanded our ability in urgent care from 2 beds to 10 beds at one time.
Last year, a federal report had suggested shutting down Castle Point in favor of building a much smaller facility nearby, but that idea was rejected by lawmakers. Monday marked the annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, established by the organization Concerns of Police Survivors, or COPS. Every single day, police officers go to work to protect and serve us all, and every single time they do so, they put their lives at risk, said Orange County District Attorney David Hoovler, who visited many of the local departments on that day. He said too frequently the sacrifices of police officers are ignored in favor of advancing political agendas that seek to blame police officers in those extremely rare cases where their duty to all of us requires them to use force, the DA said. The sentencing of former City of Poughkeepsie Council Chairperson Sarah Salem has been postponed again. Salem was convicted of DWI in September 2022 for an incident that occurred in February 2020. The COVID pandemic created a substantial delay in the prosecution of Salem. Sentencing was scheduled to take place last November. It was adjourned until today. A request by Salem's attorney seeking to reschedule the sentencing was granted, and the sentencing is now scheduled for January 23rd. Salem faces 364 days in jail, along with fines and restrictions for the role in driving drunk and causing an accident that injured another motorist in Poughkeepsie. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.